You think you're bad with money, it feels personal. A character flaw, a lack of discipline. It isn't. Money scripts form before age 7, before you earned a dollar, before you understood what money was. Your brain was already wired for scarcity, or for chaos, or for guilt. Dr. Brad Klontz mapped this. Financial psychologist, 2 decades of research, 10,000 case studies, 4 primary scripts beneath every financial decision you have ever made. Your parents didn't sit you down and teach you money scripts. They showed you. Every argument at the kitchen table, every silent treatment after a purchase, every envelope of cash hidden in a drawer, every credit card swipe, with a flinch, you absorbed it all, without knowing. The amygdala encodes emotional memories. Before the prefrontal cortex can reason, the amygdala, your fear center, is fully online. At birth, fear attaches to money, before logic ever gets a chance. 2 decades before, you are not bad with money, you are running software, installed by people who were running their own. This is not a metaphor, this is neuroscience. The limbic system stores financial trauma the same way it stores a car accident, a dog bite, a fall down the stairs. Money fear is stored in the same neural cabinet as physical danger. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a credit card bill and a threat to your survival. Both trigger cortisol, both trigger the amygdala, both bypass the reasoning brain. You were programmed before you had a choice. Financial psychologists have mapped it. 4 primary money scripts, 4 operating systems, running beneath every financial decision you have ever made. Script 1. Money avoidance. Money is dirty. Money is corrupt. Rich people are greedy. So you sabotage wealth. Before it arrives, you spend it before someone can take it. You give it away. You never check the balance. The dopamine comes from relief, not accumulation. Research shows money avoiders earn less, not because they lack skill, because they reject promotion, they reject negotiation, they reject wealth, before wealth can reject them. The subconscious logic. If I have nothing, nothing can be taken. This script is common in artists, in caregivers, in people raised with guilt around having more than their parents had. Script 2. Money worship. More money will fix everything. More money will make you happy. More money will make you safe. The problem is, the hedonic treadmill doesn't stop. Dopamine adapts. The new car feels like salvation for 11 days. Then it's just a car. Then you need the next thing. The worship never ends. The peace never arrives. A study tracked lottery winners 18 months after the win. Their baseline happiness was identical to accident victims who lost the use of their legs. Identical. The brain adapts upward. The brain adapts downward. The set point returns. Money worshippers know this, deep down, but the craving doesn't listen to logic. It listens to dopamine, and dopamine always wants more. Script 3. Money status. Your net worth is your self-worth. The car, the watch, the postcode, external validation, internal emptiness. You buy things you don't need to impress people who don't care. With money you haven't earned. The neuroscience is clear. Status seeking lights up the same pathways as cocaine addiction. The same dopamine surge, the same crash, the same craving. Social media amplified this. Every scroll is a comparison. Every comparison is a deficit. Every deficit demands a purchase. The status script is the most expensive and the most empty. Script 4. Money vigilance. Frugality as identity. Every purchase is painful. Every dollar is scrutinized. You save relentlessly and never feel safe. The anxiety doesn't decrease. When the balance increases, the script was written in scarcity, and abundance cannot overwrite it. Money vigilance sounds healthy. It looks like discipline, but it is fear, dressed as responsibility. The vigilant saver checks the balance, not to feel secure, but to confirm they are still safe for one more day. The relief lasts hours, not days. Then the check repeats. Which script runs you? Most people have 2. Some have all 4. None of them were chosen. None of them are permanent. Recognition is the first cut. Through the knot. Your grandfather grew up in the Depression. He kept cash in the walls. Your father watched him and became a hoarder or a spender as a rebellion. Your mother grew up with nothing. She bought you everything as compensation, and you watched and absorbed. And now you check your bank account with the same stomach drop that your father had. When the bill arrived, the behavior was inherited, not through genetics, through observation, mirror neurons firing, mapping their stress onto your brain. Discovered in 1992 by a team in Parma, Italy. Mirror neurons fire when you perform an action and when you watch someone else perform the same action. Your brain rehearses what it observes. You watched financial stress. For 18 years, your brain rehearsed it. For 18 years. The wiring is deep, but here is what they don't tell you. Epigenetics is real. Stress changes gene expression, not the genes themselves, but which genes activate. Chronic financial stress in your parents altered their cortisol regulation and some of those markers. were passed to you. This is not destiny. This is a starting point. The same epigenetics research shows that new environments, new behaviors, new patterns of calm can reverse the expression, the inheritance is real, but it is not permanent. Your grandfather's depression does not have to be your depression. Your father's anxiety does not have to be your anxiety, but you have to see the pattern before you can break it. Most people never see it. They just feel it in their chest at the checkout. Let me tell you about dopamine, not the pop science version, the real version. Dopamine is not pleasure. Dopamine is anticipation. The surge happens before the reward, not after. You see the jacket, in the window, or on the screen. Dopamine spikes. The anticipation of owning it is chemically more powerful than owning it. The purchase itself releases a smaller surge, then the drop. The dopamine falls below baseline, and you feel worse than before you wanted the jacket. This is the trap, the craving, the purchase, the brief relief, the crash, the new craving. Every swipe on a shopping app is a dopamine microdose. Every add to cart, another hit. Every checkout, a larger surge, then emptiness. The cycle runs on a loop, and the financial cost is almost incidental. The real cost is neurological. You are training your brain to need more, to feel less. The baseline keeps dropping. The purchases keep increasing. This is not about discipline. This is chemistry, a chemical loop, installed by evolution, hijacked by commerce, and you are the product, not the customer. The apps are engineered to exploit this loop. Infinite scroll, one-click purchase, free shipping threshold, buy now, pay later. Every friction point between desire and purchase has been removed, by design, by people who understand dopamine better than you do. The average American sees 5,000 ads per day, 5,000 dopamine triggers, 5,000 manufactured cravings. You cannot win this game by willpower alone. You have to understand the loop. To break the loop, the first step is recognizing that the craving is not you, it is chemistry, ancient chemistry, in a world it was never designed for. You are at a restaurant, the bill arrives. Your hand reaches for the wallet before anyone else's, not because you want to pay, because you need to. The discomfort of splitting the bill is worse than the cost of covering it. This is money avoidance, disguised as generosity. The dopamine hit of relief, when the social tension disappears, lasts about 3 seconds. The financial cost lasts for years. You order the salad, not because you want the salad, because the steak feels indulgent, and indulgence was punished, silently, 30 years ago. This is money vigilance, disguised as discipline, the scarcity script, running in the background of every menu, every checkout, every financial decision you have ever made. You receive a bonus, $5,000. Before the money lands, you have spent it, in your head, 3 times over. The anticipation of spending is the only way your brain knows to process receiving. Receive, spend, receive, spend. The idea of receiving and holding feels foreign, feels wrong, feels like something bad will happen. This is money worship, mixed with money avoidance. The scripts don't run in isolation. They braid together into a knot you don't even see. You get an inheritance from a parent who never spent $1 on themselves. The money arrives, and you cannot touch it. It sits in the account for a year, for 2 years. Spending it feels like betrayal. Saving it feels like imprisonment. Giving it away feels like rejection of their sacrifice. This is money vigilance, inherited directly. Grief and money tangled together. No one teaches you how to untangle them. Most people never do. The money sits, collecting interest and anxiety for decades. You are at a store, you pick up an item, $30. You put it back, not because you cannot afford it, because you don't deserve it. The voice is not yours, it is your mother's or your father's, telling you money doesn't grow on trees, telling you to save for a rainy day. Every day is a rainy day. When you were raised in a storm, the item goes back on the shelf, the money stays in the account. The script continues, unchallenged, unseen. The brain is plastic. Neuroplasticity is not a metaphor, it is biology. Every time you pause before a purchase, you weaken the old pathway. Every time you check the balance without flinching, you build a new one. The amygdala learned fear. The prefrontal cortex can learn safety, but only through repetition, not insight. Insight is the spark. Repetition is the fire. You cannot think your way out of a script written in emotion. You have to feel your way out, one transaction at a time. Research on habit formation from University College London shows the average time to rewire a behavior is 66 days. 66 days, not 21. The popular myth is wrong. 66 days of deliberate practice. Before the new pathway. Feels natural. Before the old pathway. Stop screaming. The credit card statement. Opened immediately. Not hidden for 3 days. Every month. For 66 days. The bank balance. Checked on a Tuesday morning. With coffee. Not dread. Every Tuesday. For 66 days. The purchase, made because you want it and can afford it, without guilt, without euphoria, just a transaction, every purchase, for 66 days. This is not about budgeting. Budgeting is a spreadsheet. This is rewiring. The budget is the tool. The rewiring is the cure. Here's a technique that therapists use. Trauma. It works for money. When you feel the flinch, at the checkout, stop. Name the sensation. Tight chest, cold hands, shallow breath. That sensation is not about the money. It is about being 7 years old, watching your parents fight about the credit card bill. The sensation is old, the purchase is new. Name it, separate it, then complete the purchase with the sensation present, but not in control. This is exposure therapy, applied to money. It works, not in one attempt, not in 10, in 66 days, of choosing the new response over the old reaction. Your nervous system will learn what your logical brain already knows. You are safe. Money is not a threat. Your balance is not a verdict. Your worth is not a number. And the flinch will fade. You are 30 years old, or 40, or 50, and you open the banking app, and your pulse stays the same. That is the win, not the balance. The calm. You receive a bonus, and you don't immediately spend it. In your head, before it arrives, you let it sit. The old script screamed, spend it before it disappears. The new script whispers, let it grow. You buy something for yourself, and you don't apologize to anyone, not even in your head. The guilt was never about the money. The guilt was the inheritance. You didn't ask for, you didn't choose, and now you are writing a new script in ink, not pencil. Your children are watching, not what you say about money, what you do with it, the silence after the purchase, the calm at the checkout, the absence of flinching. This is what they will inherit, not a bank balance, a nervous system that doesn't panic around money. You were never bad with money. You were running old code, and now you have rewritten it, line by line, breath by breath. The balance isn't what changed. You changed. Here is what most people miss. Financial freedom is not a number, it is a nervous system state. The millionaire, who panics at every market dip, is not free. The minimalist, with $12,000 and a calm heart, is free. Freedom is not the amount, freedom is the relationship with the amount, any amount. You cannot budget your way to a calm nervous system. You cannot earn your way to safety, because the script doesn't care about the balance. The script cares about the programming. Change the programming. And any balance feels different, feels like enough, feels like yours, not your grandfather's, not your father's, not your mother's, yours. This is the work, not the spreadsheets, not the investment accounts, not the side hustles. This, the rewiring, the unlearning, the quiet at the checkout, that is wealth. The rest is just numbers, and numbers, without calm, are just noise.